As the summer comes to an end, I cannot tell you what a relief it is to have finally completed my chemotherapy treatment. The last 9 months have been incredibly tough for us as a family. Life as you know it can change in an instant, and we've had to find a way to navigate the stormy waters and road unknown.
I thought the video was really casual, it was really relaxed, but it was very heartwarming, quite emotional, really. Yeah, I think it also showed how they're prepared to offer up some of their personal life to the public, given their public roles. But at the same time, that is a very I would thought it was remarkably open, actually, because they guard their privacy very jealously, and quite rightly so. She's the glue, if you like, of the royal family. She's loved, much loved across the country. A graceful and courageous lady who I think has shown that she will continue to do her duty. But more importantly, I think that people were with her anyway as a human being, and that she's, and wish her well, because really, ultimately, that's all that really matters. That she gets well.
Well, I think Kate's bravery in doing this video and producing a sort of selection of such lovely photographs is hugely beneficial to the royal family. I mean, she is, according to all the polls that have taken, she is the most popular member of the royal family. And I think this will make her even more popular, as I said before, because people can really relate to her, especially those that are sufferers as well.
She's obviously thinking not only of herself, but of other people that are going through what she's been going through, and worse. And she just wants to make sure that she knows that they're not alone, that it's been a light and dark journey, a journey in which she's been able to assess her own life and what matters to her as well, more than anything else. And, she really knows her own vulnerabilities. But what I think it shows is she's, again, very courageous. It's quite an emotional video that she's there with her young family in the heart of her own family. The video was shot in Norfolk, where she spent some time with her family over the summer. And I think it's very important that we give her that time and respect her privacy too. I think it showed her humanity when she revealed everything that was wrong with her, and how she was dealing with it. And I think people really do respect her. Not only as a princess, but as a mother and as a person. And I think it's great that she's on the mend, and that she's going to carry out light duties. But I think everybody should respect the fact that things aren't just, you don't just mend overnight with cancer, and you just have to be very careful in everything that goes on.
I think that probably mentally she might be back stronger than ever, because I think the fact that she's got over this illness, I don't think you ever really get over it, but she's got over the first hurdle of this illness, will give her a lot of mental strength. And the fact that so many people are sort of behind her, as she said in her old video, the letters and the people writing to her about cancer really, really helped. And I think it's been extremely tough for her, because she wouldn't say it was tough unless she meant it, because she doesn't complain. She's not a complaining sort of woman. So it's obviously been a lot worse than any of us, or most of us, could imagine. So I think that she will become even more iconic than she is now.
She's always been dedicated to the crown, but I think that even by saying she's going back to work, people shouldn't expect to see that much of her till Christmas, maybe 2 or 3 times. I don't see her really appearing that many times between now and Christmas. I mean, I think that we have to be a bit cautious. I mean, the way that she put it is that she will return to light duties, I think, at some stage, but it will be spread out over the course of the coming months till Christmas, when she'll reevaluate. She'll be doing some work at home. But her priority, and it is her priority, will be to continue to make sure she's well. I think that is what everybody else wants to hear, and that she's doing okay. But there's no need for her to rush back, because she has to focus on her health journey rather than anything else. So I think that is the emphasis, really. Although, yes, people will be saying she's going back to work, it has to be staged, it has to be monitored, and this is just one moment in that long run up to being fully well again. She will be doing things anyway behind the scenes, but she won't be back straight away. She won't be carrying out a full number of engagements. They won't be announcing those engagements a long time in advance. Because obviously then you get all the speculation, is she well, is she not well? I think the most important thing is that she picks and chooses her engagements, and that they suit her in terms of her health recovery. I think that she'll be more reflective and pick and choose what she has to do. I think that what's really it shows is when you do have a young family, and what matters to her is that yes, she has a service to fulfill in her duty, but her duty really is to her husband and to her children, and staying well, and that's the core of what it's all about. And I think that the statement, it was saying thank you, and she said she was blown away by the amount of how much support she had. It is her core focus will be her children and her husband.
I think obviously William's main focus is to make sure that his wife is fully recovered her strength before she goes back into full-time duties. So I think he'll probably be saying, whoa, don't let's go too fast, because I think he's extremely protective, and always has been.
I mean, William, is doing what he has to do. He's doing the jobs, and he will be going to South Africa. The princess won't be going with him for his shot. But I think that he has actually been doing what is expected of him. And what I think the added problem for him, of course, is that he's having to, leave his wife and his children when at a time which is quite emotional for them and difficult for them. So I think that, yeah, he's putting a good show, the prince, and I think he will continue to do so.
I'm sure she'll be at the cenotaph on Remembrance Day, and she will almost certainly be fronting the carols service that she always attends, which is basically, her baby. And I think she'll be popping up here and there, when she feels she's able to. And I think probably the kind of enthusiasm she's going to get when she's seen will really help with her full recovery, because as she said in this new video, there's a long way to go yet. So we suddenly think, Kate's going to appear looking absolutely wonderful and be full of energy. Well, I think that, as she said, that there's good times and bad times, and she just has to play each day as it comes.
I think that the key here is she's spaced by highlighting her own cancer journey and health journey. She's helping to raise the awareness of cancer across the board, and I think that's important too, so that people keep supporting the cancer charities that are out there.
Well, I think that this openness about illness, which prevails nowadays, is a really good thing. I mean, if you put the clock back sort of 50 or 100 years, no one would have even mentioned it to their children. And the fact that Kate has told her children exactly more or less what is wrong with her all the way through enables them to understand. I mean, they may not, no child likes the idea, and I mean, they are still children, of one of their parents being unwell. It's frightening for them, and the stability of the family is, goes on a wobble. But I think by being very honest, that she's sort of guided them through this in a very clever way. But that's her business. That is one of her main focuses, is actually dealing with children, and she's extremely experienced at how to deal with different aspects of their lives and their parents' lives as they're intertwined.